Bro, sasa hii ni fish pond mnataka kutengeneza hapa ama ni reservoir tu? Hii ni fish pond mnataka kutengeneza hapa ama ni water reservoir?
Maana hii ni clay pond.
Ha?
Hii ni clay pond.
Oh yeah, hii ndio place yenye wale wase walikuwa wana dance. Wale madem. Sawa sawa. Asante. Hey, so guys, we're moving on. I'm lost, but I think this guy is past here. The fish pond is, I don't know, it's it's maze all over, and oh, I can hear the voices. I'm thinking there's still some distance from me, but hey, finally we are here, guys. Hey champs, we are here, and it's a very big fish pond, man. It's a very big one, close to the river. Actually, there are three. There's one, there's the other one there, and there's this one. So here's Peter Evans, here's Albino, and here's the nigger.
Let me go to the toilet first.
Okay.
The natural toilet here.
Where?
Yeah.
Man, you're telling me you're going to the toilet inside the maize plantation? No. Find a toilet. Okay. Hapo inaendelea actually. So champs, we here the fish pond na boy child mwenyewe.
It's _gain 2.
Yeah.
INTU. Yeah guys.
So man, tuko hapo kwa fish pond yako.
Yeah man.
Yani zako fish pond zako, because these are 3 fish ponds here.
Yeah.
So you should just take me about the journey, man. Tuanze na why here? Why this location? Why here?
Yeah. Unajua?
Yeah.
Wakati tunaanza fish farming,
Yes.
You are just advised kuangalia a place where relevant you can just get natural water first. So si sehemu yoyote unaweza create hizi fish ponds, bro.
Yeah.
So hizi fish pond ziko sehemu ziko located, sina inlet hapa, niko na outlet peke yake. So ni sehemu yenye ni maji iko constant, niko kwa zero level ya maji. Ama tunaweza ita water table, bro. So water table yenye iko hapa ni maji ni, yani sehemu ni swampy, ilikuwa swampy, bro. It was a swampy area. So kuwa na staff hizi 3 na zote ziko full of water, kumaanisha kuna kitu unaweza practice hapa apart from fish farming.
I can see the other one is so full, like
iko full mpaka ina overflow.
Yeah, it's overflowing. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that a good thing?
Iko na outlet pia, but ni vile ilikuwa under renovation 2 days ago. So ndio wana try kuacha kwanza hiyo hizo stuff wameweka hapo, hiyo mchanga ikikauka kwa hizo madikes, then ndio sasa watakuja kuifanyia full renovation package ya hivi, kufanya compactation ya hii tunaitanga dike. Okay. Nacheki hii pathway ndio inaitwa dike.
This pathway is the dike.
Ndio inaitwa dike. Sasa lazima ikuwe highly compacted. Ndio sasa tunacheki kama hii fish pond, we have this one and this one at this area. So hii maji inaweza kuwa ikiprotrude from this fish pond ikiingia kwa sababu hii iko down sea level, iko upper sea level. So unaweza check vile zina range.
I've seen some pipe there.
Ile ni outlet. Ile ni outlet pipe.
Yeah.
Ya kupeleka maji yenye sasa ikifika kwa hiyo standard haiwezi pitilia hapo. So ni kwenda tu nje.
And you're saying this, when water is put in the first fish pond, it gets to the second one.
Ina try sana ipite from we have something by the name the seepage. Seepage is just the channels created alongside this dike via the water, so zina protrude to inauza the far end, whereby kama hapo unaweza pata kuna maji yanatoka the other end yakiingia hapa, but kama hujaona hiyo ina happen, so mean that this dike ilikuwa highly compacted that maji haiwezi ooze to the other part. So lazima.
Okay, so how long has this fish pond been here, and how did you start it? Tell me, just walk me through the journey. How did you start fish ponding?
Fish farming.
Fish farming, I mean, sorry.
Okay.
Fish farming.
You know, it was just some 5 years ago.
5 years.
5 years, yeah. It was like 2017, I was in Form 3.
Yeah.
When I got a job of a Safaricom work. So I was just hustling with Safaricom, whereby we were just digging some channels for cable installation from one booster to another booster.
Yeah.
So I ever worked there. So as I was now promoted I was so energetic enough to perform that work. So when I was just energetic enough,
yeah,
I was promoted to another level of now doing a hard work than the lighter work of just digging some channels at a soft area.
Yeah.
So just now digging some channels via the roads, you know, the Maram roads.
Yeah, the hard work. Now you were promoted from this soft work to the hard work now.
The hard work. So it was payable.
That
you
means
know, the harder
it is,
the
more
more
the
pay. Yeah. So I worked there like 1.5 a month. So
that was in Form 3.
I was in Form 3. Now we had closed the school.
December holidays.
Yeah, December holidays.
So that's like 2 months of working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I worked for 1.5 months, and I got a lot of money from there, like more than 200,000. I have a
Kenyan money.
Kenya shillings, bro.
1.5 months of working.
Yeah.
Digging.
Yeah.
And you get 200
and something.
How did that happen? Because I'm not having
you know, it was
I'm
just
not that
measured.
bad, but
it was now measured
in terms of
you were paid in terms of meters. 1 meter doing you know, digging from that Maram road, yes, or the Roman roads. You know Roman roads?
Yeah, I know.
Makalan roads.
Yeah.
So okay, you can just imagine now.
Makalan, I know Romans road.
They're the same. Makalan and Roma. The
Same
only
road.
thing is just the model of construction is different, but they're the same.
Okay.
So you know, digging that Makalan road or Roman road,
yeah,
until you have that channel, you know how stretchful it is. So 1 meter, we were just paid 500 shillings.
A meter,
1 meter. Just this one here. 1 meter, this way.
Okay. 1 meter, 500.
500 shillings.
How deep it is?
It's
how
just
deep was it?
3 feet.
3 feet. How is it? You're like
3
how
feet
many
here, bro.
From the ground to here.
Yeah.
This is 3 feet.
Yeah, 3 feet.
So it's 1 meter apart and 3 feet down.
3 meters, yeah.
500.
Yeah, and then per day I was just digging like 10 to 15 meters.
Yeah. Let's do 10.
10.
10. That is like 5,000, man. 5, if you dig 10 meters, that's 5,000
a day.
Man, you must be so energetic. 10
yeah,
meters.
10 meters, yeah, per day. You know,
Jumps.
it was like I was just doing for 12 good hours for 10 meters. 12 good hours.
No resting, no breakfast.
Breakfast is just there, you know, it's just now that's why we have just calculated 12 hours. You have your breakfast there,
yeah,
you have your lunch there,
yeah,
and supper is now at your home. Because,
so they were offering breakfast and lunch?
Not for free, but
yeah,
there were fast foods there.
Yes,
they were just selling to us.
Yeah, you can always buy
yeah,
from near the
you know,
road.
now in terms of consumption, I have that 5,000. You know, they were just 500 shillings after per 1 meter. And when you come to now return the soil in, when now they have just installed the cables,
yes,
now returning the soil in so as you can now compact,
yes,
50 bob per meter it was paid. It's just compacting, getting the soil
getting
back
the soil
and
back.
compacting via your shoes.
50 shillings.
50 shillings per 1
meter.
Yeah. So it was 10 meters, it's 500 shillings. So that was 500
that
shillings.
Is like 50, that is 550 now because you're coming back to compact it, right?
Yeah, to compact.
So that is 550.
No.
Let's say
5,500.
Yeah, 5,500.
Yeah.
Per 10 meters.
Per 10 meters.
That is nice, guys.
So I was just using that extend money of 500 to feed me alongside that week. The other money was just putting it aside. And at that time, my mother had a sickness by the name of brucellosis.
Brucellosis?
Yeah, it's just a brucella. Brucella?
No.
Just a sickness that affects people via drinking maybe raw milk sometimes. So it affected her at the knees. So she was not even somehow walking. So she was in Kenyatta hospital that time. So I provided some money. So I had to work hard because I was just the last born. Yeah. I have ever been with my mother since. So I had that getting back. I knew my mother so far. So connection, yeah. So whenever she was there, so I was just left at home. So I was just, we have the daily farming, we have the external animals which are just fed rampantly. So I had to do my best, right? So as I can now have that aim that I want to do something. So my mother got a sponsorship from somebody who just helped my mother in terms of treatments. So I was now working and getting a save of my money a bit. So I was like a week I was now paid around 60 sometimes, yeah.
60,000 a week.
60, yeah. Okay. 60, like 60 by the way. Yeah. Because we have some other things to do with that money. Like maybe I was alone with a homeboy who was just doing work at home and my father. So sometimes I was providing in terms of now you have been from work, you have been paid. So even that time I had no phone. You know, guys, you should buy a phone, maybe some clothes. Your house should be somehow decent.
Yeah. I'm sure you built a house. You
Yeah.
Built,
By the way,
bought some clothes, phones.
Of course, yes. Yeah, phone, something like that. So when the tender was now over, I had that money. Then I asked my father, what can I do with this money? Can I invest? Which kind of investment can I do? My father told me, told me there's a person selling a plot very cheap, 120,000 Kenya shillings. So
go buy that plot.
Can you buy that plot?
Yeah.
Do you have that money to buy? How much do you have? So we put our thoughts together, and my father came and introduced me to this person who was just selling this land here at 120.
So, like it's
from the plantation, the river,
yes,
to this eucalyptus tree.
This
Eucalyptus tree.
This one.
Up to that eucalyptus tree at the center there, then back to the river.
So this is like half an acre?
Half an acre, yeah.
This is a half an acre.
Yeah. It was around 110. So that's how I purchased this area. Then when I purchased it, was like a swampy area, bro. It was like a swampy area. So people had cultivated. They never knew what could be just cultivated because during the rainy season, you can see the huge, awesome amount of water inside here, guys. So what can you now practice here as a farming method? Maybe it's just arrowroots, and arrowroots maybe sometimes they could sink. Water could just flood here because of the capillarity of water. So this area is of a clay soil, so capillarity of water.
So you're talking about capillarity of water because this is a clay soil.
Yeah. Water is now oozing up. It will not
sink.
It will never sink. Yeah, it's now coming up.
Yeah.
So this area was a swampy area totally because the only thing you can just find is just grasses here. These ones here.
Napier grass?
No, not napier.
These are not napier? These are which type of grasses?
This type of grass, I don't know the name, not sure.
The long ones, they are the ones, the types I see in, the ones I see in Masai Mara.
In swampy areas, they're just there. So this area was covered by water here. So I now thought about, now my father told me, now you now see what you now do with that plot. So I decided, maybe can I just plant here some rice, or what kind of thing can I? So I decided to plant rice here. So in that time, So
that is when you completed Form 4, or maybe you are still in high school?
No, I was now.
Did the whole land buying and processing?
I'm now in Form 4.
Buying a land.
I bought a land when
before
I went to Form 4.
Oh, that's
it was now
nice.
In December, around the 23rd, during December. So, people just look forward so that they can get money for December holiday, like Christmas time. So that guy...
I could have done that, but I could have recorded like big hits. 200,000, that is me recording with Chile Brown, with Sauti Soul. Yeah.
So that's why I purchased this land here. Then, that period I was just talking about myself. What can I now do necessary at that plot there? Oh, yeah. Then in that time, I thought about rice plantation here, but rice plantation could not do well because it's just a smaller area, whereby if you want to produce something good, you should have a large piece of land so that you can plant something that can sustain other people into your market. And even rice needs machineries which can now process that rice to a finished product, you should now purchase them. So at that time, it will be so expensive, and I don't have any hint about how to plant rice. So I went straight now. In that time, God knows the timing, guys. So I had an advertisement from the national government whoever has a plot necessary, or it's just alongside where you have natural water, like it's just a swampy area, we can construct for you a pond. It was now that time the government was now sponsoring as a sponsorship to people who have a place where they can just construct a pond and give you a pond, you know. So that's how now I enrolled in that platform over.
So it was how did you hear? How did you hear about the advertisement?
The advertisements from radios and the local chiefs were just advertising to people, you know. Now I got that hint and I registered to be just created one. So it was now when I was now in Form 4, like February now. So the experts came and they surveyed this land. They told me this area has a lot of water. So they're just going to construct this pond. They came and measured everywhere. So they talked about this place was suitable for their construction, the first pond here. Okay. So this was now constructed during that time via the national government.
How did they construct it? Like a local construction or just
you know, there are two types of construction,
just digging a hole.
So you know, we have the human power and the machinery, but they never went for the machinery ones because they had people who were now enrolled in that platform who can now dig these ponds for the people. So they had the experts who are just behind, who are just now giving them the direction of what to do. So during that time now, they constructed this during the February time. So when they constructed, I was now gaining some experience because I was now the host. You know, I had even changed the school, guys, because my mother went with a lot of money in terms of hospital, guys. So she stayed at the hospital around 3 months.
Sorry about that, okay.
Yeah, so during that time, we were now bankrupt in terms of money. Even me, I had used my money.
The one you had worked for, you used it maybe to buy the land. And
During that time now, I changed the school. So I went to a mixed school.
So which school were you in prior to changing?
Isbania High School.
Isbania High School.
Yeah.
My brother learned at Isbania.
Okay.
Somewhere around the same year.
Yeah, so from there now I went to a school around, it was called Ngisiru High School.
Ngisiru?
Yeah.
Ngisiru High School. That is a high school or like a mixed school?
A mixed school, bro.
Okay.
But,
from the name, from the name I can hear it, sir. That was like school. A divisional school, a district school?
Divisional, bro.
Okay.
So that's where now I went because of the fee, you know. So during that time now, I had that time of weekends, I could be at home. So when they came, you know, even sometimes...
Boarding or day?
Day school, bro. It doesn't have a boarding there. Okay. It's a mixed over day school.
Okay.
So I was now going and coming back, you know. So these people, when they told me that they're just coming here so as they can now dig this out, so I was notified. Then I came from school. That week I never went to school until I saw this thing is a complete one. So I was now the host of those people who came here. So because they could just sleep at my home, then come back.
The diggers and maybe the ones who built the whole thing. So you were there seeing the whole process.
The whole process. I was asking questions.
So how did the whole process come?
You know,
how did they dig?
They measure. Yeah, they come and measure.
Okay.
You know, they have their own measurements. They talked about this plot is long. So can they construct a long fish pond from this area to the far end? They thought that no, that one will be, you know, sometimes security purposes, sometimes, you know, they should have something legit here. So they measured, they knew that time the measurement. So it's a 30 meter by 15 meters, you know.
It's 15 30.
By 30, meters. Feet, not meters, by feet. So during that time now, they measured, they, you know, they have some sticks and tapes, you know. They have to do some sticks here, a stick, then they measure all, 4 corners, all the hypotenuse, everything, you know. So now they started now digging out soil and, you know, the far end of the downer area there, it was not even dug, bro. It was not dug. You can now see the topography now lying from upper side towards the river. So the only place that they dig is from halfway of this pond towards this upper section, and the whole of those soil from that area were thrown downwards.
So you're trying to tell me that the soil that was gotten from this land was thrown into the river?
Not to the river, to form that dike at the far end there. Because
it was
this
a
place,
flat
yeah,
land.
you know,
it was just
topography.
sloppy.
Yeah, you cannot dig from down. So you dig from a halfway, then you return this soil to the downer area. So as now they can heap there. You know.
I get you. I understand you.
Then
I understand.
after now completing this zone here, now they start from up. So this one, if it's now like a 4 feet to 5 feet downwards, now they turn to the other part. So as now they can now maintain that water fast to accumulate where they get the sources from. For instance, this pond here, you know, this pond here. When we are just constructing this pond, the water is now coming from the upper section of this pond, the upper ones. So if you can have, this pond should not have that topography of downwards, that maybe water is now coming from that far end of the top coming to this downer part. You know, if we have a source at that area there that is just bringing water in, it should first go to that corner. You know, that corner should have water first.
So water should be coming from
where the source is,
from the source going to the corner,
to the far corner, the upper corner first.
Why is that? Why?
You know, we should have a, you know, when you just constructing this pond here, you should have that level. You know, it's just obvious water will now move from that area towards the topography. This is the downer topography here. You know, so water first should accumulate the upper section, then it comes to the lower section. Because when we are just draining water, this water goes fast because of the topography. Then the far end comes, you know. So as when you have fish here, when this water goes out, you have another water coming from the far corners, you know. So it should have what I'm just trying to say is this pond should have the same depth. Because when you are just in fish farming, always you should know that we go with the volume water that's just here, the volume. Now you calculate some calculations of this pond. You calculate the depth, the length, and the width. So as now you can know the total cubic meters of water you have.
So how deep is this fish pond?
It's around 1.40 meters.
1 meter. You told me 1 meter is like
1 meter is around here, so it's like here.
Oh, so that means I can't sink when I'm a good swimmer if I start.
You cannot sink, bro.
Okay,
You cannot.
okay, I'm
so
good.
What I mean, the size of 1.40 meter here is the same at of 1.40 meters
at the further end.
Yeah, the further end. So when we are now leveling, you know, we have leveling when they just digging it out. You should level this land here. So when you are just leveling now, you should now get that water moving from upper section coming to the downer part here. So that's now called the leveling when water is now in. You level this pond when water is in, like a size of 30 centimeter upwards. So that's how now you do the leveling of this pond.
You're telling me you learned all these measurements and
everything.
Come to think of the whole thing that is there. Because I'm seeing some tubes there, I'm seeing some pipes there.
Yeah, that's not an outlet.
That's the final outlet, because there's a pond here and there's a pond here. This is the final outlet.
No.
Let the water go out the river.
This pond has its own outlet there. It goes to that channel, then it drives to the river.
Okay.
And this one here has an outlet there. You can now see that area there.
Okay.
So it's the water that's just proceeding from.
That's the outlet.
So the water that comes out from this. Yeah, I can see there's a pipe that comes out from this.
The river direct. So water that's just accumulating here will just pass through this outlet, then it goes to the river direct.
The name? What's the name of this river?
River YouTube.
River YouTube.
Yeah.
No, guys. That's a good one.
It's called River YouTube. It was baptized, bro. It was baptized.
No.
Most of the people onto the YouTube channel, I am Marwa fans. They know this river as the River YouTube because it's one of the famous rivers ever being viewed to the YouTube channels. So it was baptized as the River YouTube.
So you guys named this river after YouTube.
Yeah.
River YouTube.
River YouTube.
Hi, hello chums. We're here at
River
the
YouTube.
fish pond and
River YouTube.
and River YouTube here, just chilling and vibing and maybe asking some couple of questions about my nigga here, how he started the project and everything. He just told me about the measurements, and maybe you're telling me about hosting everyone that was working here the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
you provided
hosted
the
them.
supper, the lunch and everything.
Everything, yeah. I
And,
provided them. So as they were just waking up and coming here, I was with them. So whatever they could just do, I was with them here.
Yeah.
I could do what they're just doing and everything. I was here. Even I was now the manpower even too, because I had to know more. Because I was now here. I was now doing this and telling me, no, don't do that way. So I was asking question, why don't I do this?
Yeah.
So they were just telling me more about how this it should be constructed and why it's just constructed.
So you were part, in short, you're telling me that you are part of the whole construction.
Yeah, I was part of it.
The 3 fish ponds were constructed.
No. This one,
the one
only was
they only constructed one fish pond.
Only one.
They sponsored one.
Yeah, they sponsored one.
Tell me about it. They finished the whole construction in how many days?
12 days.
12 days?
Yeah.
Non-stop work? Every day you wake up and dig?
Now they came around Thursday.
Yeah.
They did for Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
The weekend they don't do.
Or everyone goes to
so
relax and maybe
you can now count
churches.
from the weekend. Now so it was like 10 days. So I accommodated them here for 12 days, but the working days were 10
days.
Yeah.
So basically you're doing the measurements and digging.
Measurements, digging, straight channels.
Yeah, I can see it's
Yeah.
very like you can you can just see from there, from the farther end to this way. It's very, very, very straight.
Yeah.
It was like a straight measurement. You can even see the whole thing. It's very. This is a 5-year-old fish pond,
Of course,
and
yes.
it's this straight.
Yeah, of course.
Man,
yes.
you guys did a good job. You guys did a wonderful job.
That is how it was now constructed. Now from here now I stocked some fish, because I even asked them which kind of fish can I rear here, how can I rear them. So I was now introduced to the person who was now relevant for the sub-county fish farming.
Wait. Before we even come to the fish and everything.
Yeah.
After the whole, process of digging and everything, there was water here, or it was dry?
It was full of water, bro.
You were digging at the same time water was...
Yeah, it was oozing out. So they just do some a tunnel here. They dig a tunnel here that brings water out, so as they can now finish
out
before
to River YouTube.
to the River YouTube.
Okay.
Now after finishing all the areas, now they seal where now they just drained it from, or the tunnel was just passing. So when they just seal this, now water accumulates here a bit like 30 centimeter. After certain centimeter, now they levelize the pond using that water that's now in here. So as it can now scatter to the whole fish pond, so as they know that now it's levelized.
Or uniformly, the water can
have that uniform shape here. So as now they seal they seal this area, so as now they have to bulk it, and this place was now compacted heavily. There were people who are just throwing some mud here, others were compacting. You know, they were just.
So this is the whole. This is soil from this.
Yeah.
The soil that I'm here. I'm stepping on right now. This soil that I'm stepping on right now is soil from this fish pond.
Of course, yes.
It was dug from inside here to form this compartment.
Yeah. So that's how.
That's amazing. A 5-year compartment.
Yeah, 5 years. So as you can now see it here, now when they were just leaving, now I was now introduced to the sub-county officer who was now responsible for seeing the fish farming around the sub-county area.
So water was here.
Water was full now.
You had done the work, the 10-day work, and there was now greetings of goodbye. These people are now leaving, and they were leaving you with the fish pond.
The fish pond.
Empty.
Empty. Yeah, empty.
Without nothing.
Full of water.
Full of water.
Yeah.
So what next?
From there now, that's what I talked about. They introduced me to the sub-county officer who was now responsible for the fish farming area. So after there now, I now communicated with that officer. He came here. he saw this fish pond, how it was now ongoing. Now he gave me full evidence on how we can now rear the tilapia fish at this area.
Yeah.
So I stocked here. He was now the person who just gave me the road how now the fish farming is now done. So because those people just created it and they went. So I just now stocked here some tilapia fish. So the first round, he gave me so many lectures here, so as I can know how to just manage it, how to treat it, fertilization, feeding processes.
So you went for a new lesson of how to now.
Now from that fish, now that officer, fish farming officer at the sub-county level.
He taught you everything you needed to know
on
about
what
the fish.
to do, yeah, and
he
how
even
to
gave
stock.
you the fish.
Even the fish now, I just bought it, but via his link.
So you bought the fish or the fingerlings?
The fingerlings. They're just the small fingerlings.
Yeah.
So
Alive fingerlings.
Live.
Yeah.
So they're just packaged in a sack, whereby they have oxygen and water in. So whenever they just come here, they just he showed me even how to just stock them here. When you just come
you
from
came with the officer out there from his office to your fish pond?
Yes.
Okay.
I showed, you know, whenever the government creates you this one here, now they send your name to the county. There's a new farmer constructed a pond. Now they have everything about you. So
every
now,
detail.
Yeah, every detail. So whenever you go to the officer, he knows you, even you have your name to the system that you have a pond.
Yeah.
So in that time it was just one. So you now introduced to these basic practices of fish farming. So in terms of stocking, in terms of feeding, everything he was now teaching me more. So after there, now the first installation, after I now harvested here, now I had gained more experience in terms of fish farming and construction of this fish pond.
So he taught you everything. You are now, you know, fish ponding.
Yeah.
The first stock of fish that he gave you was the tilapia.
The tilapia.
How did tilapia do?
Tilapia, you know, now I asked, he told me this kind of tilapia, they're just monosex of male only.
So male tilapias.
Male tilapia only.
Okay.
So I was now asking questions, how male tilapia only? So we went for, you know, now after that investment now,
I'm a choker.
you know, I had now to do my own analytification. So as a, you know, when the analytification is now done here by me alone now, after that first investment, after it now it was over, you know, you harvest everything from here.
Yeah.
So whenever it's now over, now the second stocking now, you know, now I had to do it alone because now I'm not with the government now. So I had to do it alone. After now I harvested and I sold. Now I got some money, but I had a challenge because it was now the first project around this village until now. You know, it was the first project until now. People don't have fish ponds here. I'm the only guy who's just having this fish ponds here. You know, so people are just scared. What kind of a young boy who is just a young boy is just doing these things here, just rearing some fish here. So people are not so far learned. You know, this is just a village, a remote area. People are just wondering, which kind of fish can a person just rear some fish in such a water? How can that small boy rear some fish here? I don't know what. So we had some theft. You know, I've not even by now, you know, I've not fenced this land. And you know, I tried to fence this area, but one day we had some flooding here. You know, like this a heap of this soil here. It was upper side here. You know, look at this area here. It was in this upper area, so it was moved to the river. You know, look at those trees.
Oh, so these are the things. These are
the land now collapsed.
The tree.
The trees even. You can now see them here. They are just there.
That must have been a very, very, very bad day.
There's a flood in here when it comes to rainy season.
Okay.
There's a flood in this river, YouTube bro.
Okay.
So that was now a challenge. My fence went with the water.
Yeah.
So that time. So I have not restricted it again. So I'm just going to gain some experience on what kind of fence can I just install here, so as now I can restrict some thieves from coming to. That time now, I was the only person and I had some fish here. I had to do the best so that I can protect them in terms of security, bro.
So you had to spend your days here? Or
sometimes.
How did you protect them? Because
after a period, you know, after a period of 3 to 4 months, now they are somehow big, you know.
Okay.
I was now using the concept because it was the first project for me to do. So I had planned for it. I had even purchased some feeds, the concentrate feeds. So I was now giving them feed at a correct proportion. So they had grown so good. So after 4 months, you can now use a hook, you know.
To fish.
Yeah, you can now use a hook after 4 months, bro. It's now, the big fish is around 120 grams to 200.
I didn't really ask you how many fish, how many fingerlings did you start with?
I started with 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 fingerlings.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time, you know, you have to start with small.
So
But
1,000
by now,
fingerlings is
yeah, 1,000.
that's like a lower number, or that's a high number?
A lower number to me.
Oh.
At that time,
Yeah.
it was a high number because
Yeah,
it was my
1,000.
first time.
Yeah, it was the first time. Yeah.
But the more now I gain experience and the more I got some market demand, now I am stocking here 2,500.
The maximum this fish pond can stock. How much
Even
fish?
3,000.
3,000
Yeah.
fingerlings.
Yeah. But if you have more than 2,000 here, you know you will use something by the name intensive feeding.
Intensive feeding. What's
The
that?
use of concentrate feeds, and they should be fed 3 to 4 times a day because they exceed the number of that fish pond. So competition to food will be high. So you
Okay.
should give, you should supply feeds here for 3
So
to
you
4
buy their
times.
food. It's
Yeah,
food that
the
you buy.
concentrate feeds. But if you are just using the manual or local feeds, you should use a high and bulky foods here because you know they are somehow bulky in terms of now using them here.
Since the weather is, the weather is not on our side, I see it's almost raining.
Yeah.
I'll just cut I'll just cut in from the whole starting process to now finally here. Let's keep all the processes to right now.
Yeah.
How do you manage to have the second one and the third one, and how do you manage the two of them?
Okay. After this first fish pond here, I got money from here.
Oh, you
Very
sold?
good awesome amount of money, bro.
How much?
You know, I stocked here 1,000, you know,
Fingerlings.
fingerlings
After
here.
4 months.
So after a period of 6 months, no, at that time was the starting point. I stocked for 10 months because I was in school.
So fish was growing here for 10 months.
Yeah, 10 months. So they
Who was
grew-
feeding them?
I told you I was now a day schooler.
Oh, yeah.
I was a
Sorry,
schooler.
sorry.
So sometimes I could not go to school.
Yeah.
I had to manage.
Okay.
In terms of maybe slashing management, other things, small things.
Okay.
So I was now selling one fish around 200 shillings. Yeah.
You are like, you are coming here fishing and going to the market and
No.
selling. Or you
People
just-
are coming here for
People are
order.
coming here.
Yeah, they were just coming here to pick some orders here.
Okay.
So I was now selling 200, others 100. They cannot grow at the same pace.
Yeah.
Some are at 100, some 150, some 200.
Yeah.
So I was just, I got here like more than 100,000.
That is the first.
The first time.
harvest.
More than 100,000.
More than 100,000.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. That's a good investment.
So more than, even 200 could just reach. So that's how now I got the possession of now digging the second one because I had now money.
You spend less than
So-
100, 200 to do this.
Yeah.
And now the first harvest ever,
Yeah.
you are getting more than 200,000.
Of course, yes. True. I now dug that one
Yes.
and that one there.
From the money
This
from
one
the first
costed
harvest.
me 40,000, bro. To construct this one.
Digging this thing is 40,000.
Of course,
Digging
yes.
this fish pond.
Of course, yes, 40.
Okay.
Yeah. At the far end, it was now 35,000 because
Okay.
now,
So you employ the diggers and everything.
yeah, everything. So lunch I could provide everything. I
Yes.
could now provide.
Yes.
So that's how now I came up with now 3. Yeah.
How long have you been? And how does the two? Leave alone this one. How does the two work for you?
The same routine
They are
because
more
I stock them
profitable.
once.
Yeah.
I stock once because by now it's now fertilization process.
Yeah.
You know that one it has now for being rehabilitated.
Yeah.
That one it had been rehabilitated. It's now fertilization process.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stock on 12th December, whole of these ones. So I'm now going to stock 8,000 fingerlings here.
So right now you sold everything.
Everything.
There's no fish inside.
There's no fish. But that one at the far end there, we have fish for Ayamarwa, for stocking for the reallocation to Ayamarwa site. You know, I stock there, but the construction work it's just ongoing.
Yeah, it's not
you know,
complete.
it's
So I
not
just
complete.
passed there. It's
Yeah,
not complete.
it's not
going
complete.
on.
So
Yeah.
I have some fish there for Ayamarwa. So Whenever it will be now ready, because it's very soon, we are now going to relocate them from that fish pond to a Maro site. You know, so I cannot count that I have some fish here. So because they are just purchased already. So when I stock here 8,000, you know, this one we just pick up to around 2,500. The upper one 2,500 or 3,000. Any the way I can just because I've just purchased already, they're just going to be delivered here on 12th December for stocking now. So whatever I use, just intensive feeding, I use the concentrated feeds only in terms of feeding them for 6 months only. Market direct.
And you have
they are now 300 to 500 grams.
How many harvests, approximately, how many harvests have you been there, just finalized? How many harvests from the first harvest? How many harvests have you done from the first time you had this fish?
Oh, by now?
Approximately,
you can just like...
how many times have you harvested?
6 harvests.
6 times? Yeah. Within like 4 years, you've harvested?
Yeah, 6 times.
You've harvested 6 times?
Yeah. Because the first years, I was now, because I was in school somehow, I was just leaving them for 10 months. The first two years, 10 months. Then the third, fourth, and fifth, now they're just per year twice.
You do 6 months. That means if the first harvest was 200, then you've made a lot of money from this.
I've now purchased that land. The upper one.
Now it's not a half acre, now it's a whole acre.
Now it's now like a acre now.
That's nice, man. That's
by January I'm commencing the Air Bnbs construction here. January. So I just need an architect so as they can now come and analyze the plot and can now tell me where to put the Air Bnbs, the bonfire, the gazebos, and everything.
Man, I love your plan. I love your idea, man. That's with God and with your, with your resilience and maybe, your hard work, it's going to work.
It's going to work, bro. Yeah. So I'm going to create here some Airbnb, an A-shaped Airbnbs.
A-shaped.
Yeah.
What's an A-shaped?
It looks like an A.
Okay.
An A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's now, you can now go to the YouTube channels. You can just get a hint on what is an A. They're just a shape of an A.
That's a nice
then,
one.
but they're just going to be wooden ones. Yeah. And these pathways here, we call them the dikes, are going to be filled and compacted heavily. And I'm just going to use the cabrons here.
Man, I'm hoping you're the best, and I'm hoping
next
that
year,
June, to interview you when we're sitting right to the Airbnb.
Of course, yes.
Really hoping.
I'll be even providing here what we call a fishing area.
Okay.
I'll now get one fish pond like this one here.
Okay.
Then I create there a fishing zone. You can now come with your hook.
Yeah, just
take
fish,
2 or enjoying that fishing.
That's nice,
throwing some feeds here. I'll just create some what we call the bridge. Where now we can just stand from this area to the other area via
the fish pond.
Now you can now stand at the middle of the pond at the bridge now. So as now you can just some people talk about maybe they can just hear the breezes of water. The pictures, chilling time. Pictures.
This is a nice story. Now it's from the digger to the fish farmer and to the Airbnb owner.
Yeah. Now
That's
I'm
a
going
good
to
one.
construct that. Just purchased that land.
Okay.
3 days ago.
Which land? Guys, hello chums, man. You can just see the whole, the big land from the maize plantation?
From the maize plantation now.
To the trees?
No.
Yeah.
Not to the far end.
Okay.
But from, a mid-section of those maize plantation towards this lower part where
nice
we have some avocado tree.
Oh,
Avocado tree? That's where my plot reaches. So the upper section now a bit. So it's now a huge place.
Amazing. Hey, this has been the best. This has been the best inspiration story to anyone who has started, who is out there just starting small, because my friend here has started from digging to owning 1 fish pond to owning 3, and now buying a bigger land there that is going to construct an Airbnb and everything that is talked about. So if this story can't inspire you, then I don't know what story can. I don't know. Personally, my friend, I'm inspired. I'm really inspired, because this is some type of story that we only hear in movies, or maybe we only hear it in radios and we see them on movies. But now I'm really here with you and just sharing the good thing that has been happening to you, and maybe the investment mind that you have. So thank you for having me, and thank you for giving me your time to maybe just chill in your area and maybe see everything here. And to your viewer, to anyone who has just watched the video to right now, I'm hoping that you've had some very good lessons and very good inspiration. I'm hoping that you can do something that can accelerate to something, then something, because man, we are all here for success. So thank you, and God bless you. And my nigga, thank you so much, and God bless you.
It's underscore Gintu, Gintu.
It's underscore Gintu.
Yeah.
And like in Africa here, chilling, vibing, and we still at I am Marwa's compound. And apart from that, it's just there, up there. You can see the I am Marwa's compound is just up there, and Gintu is here with this fish pond. So we're vibing, we're chilling, and we're still in the area. Peace out. Thank you.